Right now at 5:30, emotions ran high in a Western Kentucky courtroom as the man charged with a 7-year-old's murder answers to charges against him.
Also on WKYT this morning, a family and friends prepare to say goodbye to a Central Kentucky elementary school. A teacher finding ways to remember her. She lost her life in a crash.
A Kentucky man continues his hopes to bring home top honors in a national competition.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome in to WKYT This Morning. We're glad you're with us a couple of days before Thanksgiving here on your Tuesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. You may want to start stocking up at the grocery store now because it looks like things could get a little interesting in the way of some cold.
Yeah, you know, of course, as we head toward the weekend, it's going to be that rain will be the dominant factor.
Yeah.
Let's check in. Meteorologist Micah Harris on duty. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. We're sitting outside in the 30s, 20s down south. That's the chilly start to the day. 23 at Monticello, 26 in the Laurel County region, and you can see 30s elsewhere. We head throughout the day, 53 degrees by the afternoon. It is getting milder, and we'll be roughly 60 degrees tomorrow and on Thanksgiving Day, too. So the mild air is really flowing in here, and we really won't see that change anytime soon. Toward Friday and up towards the weekend, that's when it gets really soggy. I'll show you a wet forecast for your weekend forecast, but also Thanksgiving Day forecast coming up.
And as we get to the news today, a school will be paying tribute to a teacher who was killed in a crash.
Sheila Baker died Friday. She was a teacher at Mapleton Elementary School in Montgomery County. WKYT's Mike Byer is our live desk with more on how the school plans to honor her.
For family and friends of 51-year-old Sheila Baker prepare to say goodbye. The elementary school that she taught at will honor their beloved teacher with a special ceremony. While on her way to school last Friday, Baker died in a two-car collision in Jeffersonville. She had been a science teacher at Mapleton Elementary School in Mount Sterling for nearly 3.5 years and had been with the school district for an additional 10 years. So, to honor their fallen teacher, the entire school will wear purple today. Mapleton will also hold a balloon ceremony for Baker, where they will share a poem and sing a song together before releasing the balloons in her memory. Now, Baker's visitation will be held today from 2 to 9 p.m. at the Tall Funeral Home in Mount Sterling. We're told that grief counselors are still available at the elementary school for anyone who needs to talk about her tragic loss. At the live desk, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you very much. The man accused of kidnapping and killing a 7-year-old Kentucky girl has pleaded not guilty. Emotions were high yesterday inside an Allen County courtroom as 38-year-old Timothy Madden faced a judge. He pleaded not guilty to murder, kidnapping, rape, and sodomy in the death of 7-year-old Gabriella Doolin. Doolin's mother sobbed as the judge read the charges against Madden. Madden's attorney said it was too early in the case to discuss any evidence.
Every human being that is accused of a criminal offense has the right to due process, no matter how heinous that crime may be.
Madden is being held on a $1 million full cash bond, and a preliminary hearing has been set for December 2nd.
A man now faces 4 murder charges in the deaths of his own relatives. State police say 21-year-old Pascasio Arellano shot 2 of his relatives last week in Callaway County. Detectives say he then set fire to their home, killing the couple's 2 children. Investigators met with Arellano over the weekend and say he was injured. He's charged with murder, burglary, arson, and evidence tampering. The death penalty is on the table for 2 men charged in the death of a Richmond police officer. Raleigh Sizemore is charged with murder, Gregory Ratliff with complicity in the shooting death of Officer Daniel Ellis. Both men pleaded not guilty yesterday. It was during that hearing the prosecutors announced that they would seek the death penalty against the 2.
5:34 now on WKYT this morning. A family lost everything in a fire right before the Thanksgiving holiday. Firefighters say by the time they arrived at a home on Goshen Road near Stanford yesterday, flames had already torn through the house. Stephanie Paget lives in the home with her family. She says she works an early morning shift, and on a normal day, she would have been home.
So usually I come home and try to nap before my boys get off the bus, but for some reason I had to go pay the electric today, or I would have been in here napping when it caught on fire.
In addition to losing all of their belongings, the family also lost some pets in the fire. For now, they're staying with some other family members. A fund is being set up to help them at People's Bank of Kentucky in Stanford.
Well, a burglar, let's just say, got a little creative carrying out an overnight crime.
An alarm sent officers to a bakery on West New Circle Road near Russell Cave, and while they found the back door open, police actually think the burglar used the rooftop to get in. WKYT's Mark Barber is on the scene right now with more on what police discovered there. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. Investigators are saying that the creative crook used debris that was lying around the bakery to fashion a makeshift ladder. They say that the crook then used that ladder to get up onto the roof of the building. They say once he was on the roof, he was able to find a vent and force his way down inside that bakery. Now, the burglar then swiped cash from Panderia, the Mexican bakery here off of New Circle Road in Russell Cave. Now, the small business owner who runs this bakery also runs Supermercado, the supermarket next door. Now, they say that investigators are telling us that when police got here, they called for a fire truck. That way they themselves could also get up onto the roof of this building. They say they started taking pictures of evidence, but they realized that there were surveillance cameras inside that building that caught this man's face. They're saying that the burglar was not wearing a mask, so they do have a clear shot of his face. They say they're still trying to figure out this morning who he is and where he is. They say once they answer those questions, they'll try to make an arrest. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
It is unclear why a man shot and killed 3 members of a family in Ohio and wounded a 4th person. Columbus police found a couple in their 30s along with their 7-year-old son dead. The family's 12-year-old daughter is in the hospital in critical condition. The spokesperson for the Columbus Police Department says officers shot the suspect, 50-year-old Barry Kirk, as he ran from the home. He later died. Police say that shooter lived across the street from the family, but they still do not have a motive for the crime. President Barack Obama will meet with French President Francois Hollande at the White House today.
The two leaders are expected to discuss shared efforts to combat ISIS. And as Don Champion reports, the terror group has claimed responsibility for the Paris terror attacks that left 130 people dead.
French President Francois Hollande will sit down with President Obama at the White House this morning in an effort of strengthening the coalition against ISIS. A French diplomatic official tells CBS News Hollande will press for urgent action to combat what he views as an imminent threat from the terror group.
They can and should take a lot of solace in knowing that the most powerful country in the world has their back. And is standing with them in this difficult time.
Concerns about terror groups like ISIS have U.S. officials stepping up security at airports. Monday, the State Department issued a worldwide travel alert, warning Americans to exercise caution during the holiday season.
I'm definitely going to be vigilant. Our family is like, no going to big venues or anything like that. Be careful, be wary, of course.
Overseas, Brussels remains on lockdown. Authorities there are still searching for Salah Abdeslam, a key suspect who got away after the November 13th attacks. This morning in Paris, investigators are analyzing an explosive vest found by a street cleaner Monday. Police say the vest contained bolts, shrapnel, and the same type of explosives used in the attacks. Don Champion, CBS News.
And the explosive vest did not have a detonator. It was found in a pile of rubble close to where officials found a discarded cell phone that had been used by terror suspect Abdeslam. Well, Turkey confirmed that it has shot down a Russian warplane Tuesday, claiming it had violated Turkish airspace and ignored repeated warnings. Russia is denying that the plane crossed into the Syrian border into Turkish skies. Video footage of the incident shows a warplane on fire before crashing on a hill and 2 crew members apparently parachuting to safety. Moscow says it has no further contact with the pilots at this point.
A controversial mural inside a building on UK's campus will soon be covered up. UK says the mural in Memorial Hall shows the history of Lexington. Some students find the depiction of African Americans in the portrait as offensive. The school made the decision to make some changes to the portrait after meeting with concerned students 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know this was here, because if I knew this was here, I probably wouldn't have came here, to be honest.
It was painted in the 30s at a time when our campus was very different, and our full understanding of history was quite different.
There's no specific timeline to cover the mural, but UK says it will be done soon.
Police say a man's attempts to get away from them twice didn't quite work out. The Garrett County Sheriff's Office says 31-year-old Jason Lear complained that his leg was hurting after he was arrested for a burglary. When the officers stopped to check on Lear, they say he ran off into a nearby field. Well, police chased him down, but as he was being booked into the Lincoln County Detention Center, they say Lear escaped again. He was later arrested in Lincoln County. The top 11 took the stage on The Voice, and once again, Jordan Smith of Kentucky delivered quite a big performance.
Don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. Tears don't mean you're losing. Everybody's bruising. Just be true to who you are.
The Harlan native sang Jessie J's power ballad, Who You Are. He was in tears by the time he finished his performance. Smith's mom was in the audience with him last night. Voice judge Farrell noted that Smith's attention to detail when he sings is remarkable and amazing to watch. We'll find out tonight if Smith will advance onto the top 10. Some sweet sounds there.
All right, a lot of people are really enjoying him and pulling for him. Our time this morning is 5:40, and it's time to check live drive traffic early on your Tuesday. See what is going on out there, and we have a lot of green on our map right now, indicating that normal travel times are is what you'll find. We have no reports of any major delays or problems at the moment.
Looks good.
It's a good deal, so everybody be careful. We do know traffic volumes, of course, will be picking up as folks head off to the Thanksgiving destinations. One developer is taking small to an extreme level. Find out how he is hoping his newest project will change the face of real estate. That's coming up after weather.
Huge zone of higher pressure right over us and to the south of us. Now that ushers in some pretty nice temperatures there for the next few days, but some rain comes in late in the work week. I'll show you that coming up next.